Hello and welcome to the United Kingdom of Christ podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Griego, and I'm coming to you from the beautiful Denver metro area. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me for this Bible study session. Hope you find these episodes as amazing as I do, having the ability to make them for you. If you'd like to connect with me, you can follow me on X, the application formerly known as Twitter. My handle is UK_Christ. I can also be reached via email at uk.christ@outlook.com. You can also call or text me at 720-805-8886. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions or comments, anything I can do within my power. I'll be more than happy and grateful to hear from you. So today we're just going to cover a little bit of Genesis 11. We're actually going to go through Babel, if you're familiar with this. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Now the whole earth used the same language and the same words. It came about as they journeyed east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they used brick for stone, and they used tar for mortar. They said, "Come, let us build for ourselves a city, and a tower whose top will reach into heaven. And let us make for ourselves a name. Otherwise we will be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth." The Lord came down to see the city, and the tower which the sons of men had built. The Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, and they all have the same language." And this is what they began to do. And now nothing which they purpose to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, so that they will not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. Therefore its name was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of the whole earth. So for me, this is truly amazing. I always ask this, and the reason I ask this is Genesis is really, in my opinion, obviously creation, but it's also a test of faith. What do you actually believe in? Do you believe that the Lord has the type of power to actually do this? And in my heart, I know He does. The things that I've seen in my own life particularly have led me to know and have faith that the Lord can do these things and that He did do these things. You know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, no, this couldn't have happened. Our science says this, our anthropology says that. We're descendants of monkeys, we're this, we're that." And in reality, for me, I'm fairly well educated. I went to college, got a bachelor's degree, was working on a master's for a little bit. If you remember listening to some previous episodes, I discussed that fairly, not thoroughly, but, a brief bird's eye view of it. But a lot of people will take other people's word as gospel instead of the gospel as gospel, and instead of the Lord's word as the word. And we'll sit there and we'll say, well, science tells us this. Darwin said that. Galileo said this, Copernicus said that, Aristotle said this, and we'll just keep going from scientist to scientist, philosopher to philosopher, and we let them mold our opinions and our belief system. And truly, like I said, it's a challenge of faith. I do feel that the more spiritually mature you become, that these are the type of stories that a lot of folks may not believe, but hopefully in your spiritual maturity, they will be the stories that you believe, that you know, like, hey, this is the truth. The Lord did see us all together as human beings, creating one city. We had one language. And then the Lord said, no, this isn't how it has to go. We're going to go ahead and just whoosh. And everybody was scattered. And everybody's speech changed. So it's really a choice. Once again, it's faith. And it is a challenge of faith. Do you believe that the flood actually occurred. Do you believe that Jonah was actually inside the whale, or the sea monster, or the sea serpent, whatever you want to call it? It's really just a personal choice. And when I first started coming around, hopefully you've remembered hearing that, when I would sit down and read, I would be like, really? And I would test myself. And instead of just shrugging it off, the things that I had seen in my life and my life experiences led me to know that, hey, this is truth. This is more truth than I've ever known. And like I said, it is a challenge and it's not easy for everybody. But at the same time, that's what faith is. And determining how you're going to actually mold your belief system, because that's the truth. It is your belief system. And I didn't come to this conclusion out of fear, but I think about it when people will sit there and say, oh, well, no, we weren't created, we evolved. No, Noah's Ark didn't happen, that's just a child's story. No, this, that, or the other, these things didn't occur, there's no proof that they occurred. And really, what I feel like people are saying is that God's not that great. God's not all powerful. God's not omnipresent. And I'm just like, it blows me away. Because for me, it's easy. It is. When I first started reading, like I said, I questioned myself. And I've challenged you as well when you do study the Bible to question yourself. Instead of questioning the Word, question your belief system. And that's what I would recommend for everybody, because really it is a test of faith. And you do have an opportunity to actually mold your own belief system. And I do hope that you'll come to the same conclusions about the truth found in the Bible versus what, you know, all these historical ancient scientists and philosophers, and even today, a lot of scientists. I was very blessed to have an amazing education and and I didn't attend, as you know, I didn't attend a Christian university here in Denver. I did attend secular universities, and in reality, I was blessed to be in the path of individuals that, although they were at secular schools, that they did have a great faith, and you could just see it. And I'm very blessed and grateful for that, because although they did not push me towards faith, they did make it so I didn't feel that I was lesser than, or I was less intelligent. The world does that on their own. Oh, well, you're a Christian. You don't know nothing, dude. You think the Bible is the gospel. And it's like, well, yeah, it is. And a lot of people in the world will call us down for our beliefs and for our wisdom and our knowledge. And I don't want you feeling like that. There's a term, stand upon the word, or a saying. And I hope that you'll choose to stand upon the word, even when times are tough. The lessons you will learn and your belief system every day should be growing within the word. Once again, my name is Glenn Griego, here for the United Kingdom of Christ podcast. Just want to thank you again for taking a little bit of time out of your day to discuss the Tower of Babel. Once again, if you'd like to connect with me, you can reach me on X, the application formerly known as Twitter. The handle is UK _Christ. I can also be reached via email at uk.christ@outlook.com. Please feel free to call or text me as well, 720-805-8886. Have a blessed day.